going to be dipping the grill on the Passat. We're going to be Plasti dipping it black. And so I have all the supplies right here. I've got the black Plasti dip, and then we've also got the glossifier. So what we're going to be doing is I got some paper. We're going to mask up the car. And then we're going to be doing things a little bit different than what you probably have normally seen on YouTube. The professional way to do it would be to take the grill off. But I'm not professional. And this grill is a pain in the ass to get off. I've done some research on how to get it off, and it's a pain in the ass, so I'm not going to do that. So that way we don't damage the radiator. Because you don't want to get dip on there, because your radiator is what cools the car. I'm going to shove some paper towels in between these spaces right here, so the dip doesn't get in there. The radiator will be fine, and then we can pull the paper towels out and everything will be okay. So since it's so windy outside, I pulled it into like this little, I don't know what you want to call it, like a barn, a shed, a garage. I know it looks sketchy because it is sketchy. But anyways, I pulled it in away from the wind, so now you guys can hear me, and now I can spray the dip without it getting everywhere, because rule number 1 is you do not want to spray Plasti dip while it's windy, because it's just going to get everywhere. Overspray is going to be a bitch. So I pulled it in here, so now let's go ahead and get started on the masking. Alright, so the masking is done. I know it looks bunk because I really don't have professional supplies, but this is what it looks like. I just used sheets of computer paper and I taped all around. You want to leave a little gap of, you know, between the grill and the paint surface of your car, because that'll help you rip it off easier. And when you rip it off, the little seam right here will it'll cut the dip for you, so you don't got to worry about that. So we have it taped all the way around. It looks alright. It looks okay. Especially a good area you want to look for is right up here, so that way dip won't seep down in there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So now it's time to put some paper towels in here, because I don't know if you guys can see that little gap right here, but the radiator is right behind there, and you do not want to get dip on the radiator. That's a big no-no. So we're gonna go ahead and put some paper towels in there to eliminate that problem. Man, here in Texas right now, outside it's like 102 degrees. Being in here makes it feel like it's like 10 degrees hotter than that. I am sweating up a storm. But anyway, so I just got done putting all the paper towels in there. Let me go ahead and show you guys that. So this is what it looks like before we actually start the dipping process. I already showed you guys all the computer paper all around to make sure that we don't get a ton of overspray. Now, this is the paper towel method that I told you about. I know it looks it looks sketchy, but it works. At least I think it'll work, because I've never seen anyone else do this method. So if you see anyone else doing this, know that I came up with it. But anyway, so we just took paper towels and we shoved it in between the spokes of the grill. You want to make sure that none of it's sticking out, because whenever you dip, you don't want anything to get caught on the chrome that you're dipping. So just make sure that everything's pushed in there. Make sure that there's no breaks in the paper towel that would let dip seep through. I already checked it and it's pretty good. Another thing is, don't forget about this piece. In between, there's spaces that lead to the radiator. You want to put some paper towels in there and make sure they're in there very good, so no dip will get in there. So it looks pretty good. So now let's go ahead and start the dipping process. So now that the masking process is complete, we're going to go ahead and move on to the dipping process. With that being said, you want to take appropriate precautionary measures, especially since we are in an enclosed quarters. Even if you're outside, you still want to take these precautionary measures. So with that being said, we're going to use some breathing protection. You can use a respirator if you have one. Since I don't, we're just going to use a particle mask. And then we're also going to be using some black nitrate gloves so that way the dip doesn't get on us. If it does, don't worry, it will wash off. But since I have to go to work later, I can't be going to work with Plasti dip all over me. So I'm going to be using some gloves. So let's go ahead and get into the dipping process. we just let the second coat get done drying. We let it dry for about 15 minutes. So this is what you want to see once it's done drying. Again, this is only the first coat, so you're not looking for complete coverage. But now we're gonna go for coat number 2. So this coat we're gonna go a little bit heavier. We're not gonna go wet. We're just gonna do a little bit heavier of a mist. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so right now we're in the last layer black, and then after this we're going to move on to the gloss. Alright, so now that we're done with the 4 coats of the black Plasti dip, it's looking pretty good. However, we do not want a matte finish. We want that shiny, reflective finish. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 coats of the glossifier on. The first coat's going to be kind of a mist, and then the second coat's going to be real wet. And then after that, we're going to let it just kind of bake a little bit, and then we should be done. So now let's go ahead and put the glossifier on. So we just got done doing it, and I think it turned out amazing. It looks great now. It's a little dusty, so don't judge me for that. But yeah, it's done. There's still a little bit of like the dust from the Plasti dip on here. It's gonna take a little bit to get that off, but I think it turned out really clean. It looks really good. Like I said, there's just a little bit of the residue from the dip. So yeah, I think it looks really nice and really clean. Look at the shine. Yeah, sexy. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. So be sure to smack the thumbs up button, and also be sure to subscribe for new videos every single week. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it and what else you guys would like to see me do to the car, because there's some big things coming, and I want to know what you guys would like to see. So anyways, until my next video, be sure to hustle and prosper. Peace.
Prayed up on that podium and ran away from home. Yeah, car some can, some cold. Hey, told me that's the drop. I don't see why I can't go on now.
Where's your magic? Alright, let's do this, baby. You ready? Are you nervous? You can talk. This is just gonna be music playing.
Do you want me to stop it?
Yeah, there's no top.